Good morning. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, we have an action-packed chapel this morning, so here's Co with today's announcements.
Good morning, St. Johnsbury Academy. Today is Tuesday, November 14, and today is a white day. Reminder, school photo will be taken for the yearbook in the Hula basement today from 8:30 to 3. If you did not have your photo taken in September, please do so today. Seniors, this is your last chance to have a photo taken for yearbook. Faculty and staff, you are also invited to stop by and retake your photo if you like. Please contact Mr. Reggie with any questions. Attention juniors, as of 2:30 on Monday, the juniors sold 309 wealth by 73 juniors. That is an average of 4 wealth each. If you have not yet sold wealth, do it. You can find everything you need in a 2025 Canvas page. Reminder that juniors, cash or check must be turned into the Miss Hogan by 3 on Wednesday. Any wealth that is not paid for ahead of time will not be ordered. Namaste. All the Nepal trip participants are required to attend meeting tomorrow, Wednesday, November 15th at 3:30 in a Tinker Health Service. Please bring your passport to this meeting, and we'll head outside for trekking and adventure directly after, so please bring your comfortable shoes and wares. Please contact Mr. Raylia or Ms. Cote if you are unable to make it. If you did not get the chance to write the note to owner Shondi Painter yesterday, the baskets are now in a Red Life office. In order for you to make a tribute or pledge to carry on her legacy of kindness and positivity. Calling all the girls lacrosse player. The coaches staff are looking forward to seeing you this Thursday, November 16th at 3 in an Alumni Gym to discuss upcoming spring season. We ask that all the current as well as prospective players please attend. Please see Coach Giddings in the alumni office with any questions. Happy birthday today to Elizabeth Gamble. Happy birthday. It is almost Thanksgiving, so please hang in tight and hope you all have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, Co. A couple of late announcements. Some congratulations go out to Scholars Bowl, who traveled to Spalding High School and won their match of the day, 165 to 150 against Linden Institute. Congratulations, Scholars Bowl. Congratulations also to Andrew Thornton Sherman, Emmett Johnson, Carson Eames, R11, and Moses Andrews on being named First Team NVAC Mountain Division All-Stars. Nathaniel Bernier and Evan Windrow earned Second Team honors. Carson, Emmett, and Ari were also named to the Vermont All-Star team following the team's state championship run. Emmett Johnson earned all New England honors for his 9th place finish in Maine. Congratulations, boys cross-country runners. And finally, congratulations to the following varsity field hockey players on their all-Capital League honors. Esme Kimber and Dylan Davis were first team. Ella Blanchard and Maggie Langlis were honored as second team members, and Meredith Roy and Emmy Morgan were honorable mention. Congratulations to those field hockey players. My comments this morning are brief, but I did want to offer some. Yesterday, there was a palpable lull in chapel, and it was obvious that we were looking at a time of year. This is a typical lull, so my guess is if we were to review 5, 10 years in the past and look at chapel, if we had feeds of chapel, we'd probably see that this is just typical for this time of year. And something that it reminded me of is some of the internal dialogue that I think we all have. We tell ourselves stories when we have encounters throughout our day, and I think it's natural to be tempted to tell yourself maybe the worst case story when you have seasonal affective disorder, you're starting to feel tired. And so these are all typical things at this time of year. But I was reminded of an experience that we had, my family had 2 weeks ago. Went up to Montreal to visit our eldest son, Nathan. It was his birthday, and so we went up to visit him, and we went straight up 91 to the border, pulled up, and the Border Patrol agent said, why are you entering? I said, we're going to celebrate with our son, who's a student at McGill. And she said, do you have any gifts? And so I was honest. I said, yes, I do. We're bringing a gift up. And she said, what is it? And I said, it's a winter coat, because that's what a college student needs who lives in who lives in Montreal. So we're bringing him a coat. And then she proceeded to ask for the value. I shared it with her, and she said, well, the limit is $60. And then she proceeded to lecture me. But she said first, before the lecture came, she said, I'm going to let you off this time. But really what you should do is you should come up here and use your money here. It'll go further, but this is what you're supposed to do. Next time, I'm not going to let you off, et cetera, et cetera. You can probably fill in the blanks. And I was a little miffed because I thought, geez, the rationale here seems funny. If I just said, no gifts, I'm bringing up belongings, right? When that wouldn't have been true, so I didn't share it. But had I done that, there likely would have been no question whatsoever. We're just going up for a visit, bringing him some of his belongings, right? So anyway, got a little spun up, and so if you're like me, when that happens and you tell yourself the negative story, you get irritated by the event, you spiral a little bit, and so for the next, I don't know, well, we're in Canada, so 50 kilometers or so. For the next 50 kilometers, we complained and we kind of joked about this situation, and geez, this seems really illogical. And notice that I did that over the course of the weekend, right? So every few hours I thought about it again, and I kind of got a little irritated. It wasn't ruining my day or anything, but it was an irritation that was there. And I realized the story I was telling myself was I was getting worked up about a situation, and I thought, what else could be going on with this person that might be different and out of line? Maybe she had just come to the U.S., right? So maybe this Border Patrol agent had just come to the U.S. The exchange rate at the time, I think, was almost up to 1.8, so maybe she didn't have a very good shopping trip to the U.S. Maybe she was irritated about that, and I got the brunt of it. Maybe it was whoever's running Border Patrol for the Canadians had simply said, you need to make sure that you're asking folks who come over the border these questions. So maybe she was just doing her job. And so whenever we have an event, there's a story to it. So if you just take the facts and then you look at the story, you have the opportunity to tell yourself the story, the internal story. And there's someone who works for the Creative Center for Leadership down in North Carolina. It's Dr. Maren Burton. She has a phrase for this. It's called cognitive reappraisal. And so that's a fancy way of saying, think of a different story. So frame it. Just take the facts and frame up the story. And so I offer that at this time of year. If we all step back, when we have events that we might find to be irritating or frustrating or angering, what's the story that you're telling yourself? Especially this time of year, step back, think of the facts, and think about whether there's a different story. And it's not so you can make that person feel better, per se. So, right, I didn't drive back to find this border agent and let her know that I had cognitively reappraised. But for me, right, internally, I'm going to be happier when I tell myself a different story. So with that, and something that needs no cognitive reappraisal, no new story, I'm going to turn it over to Academy Theater for a promo this morning. Let's give it up for Academy Theater.